Greetings, brothers and sisters. Another sort of Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies. And there's been sort of a change in the stuff that people are sending me. I get a lot more animal stuff now where animals are realizing people are bonus holes or animals behaving weirdly where they're going in circles. And I'm getting a lot more stuff where people are driving into things like buildings and crashes and things. And less about people dying suddenly, which still is happening even more so now. But people have accepted it, right? It's something that people have now accepted. And there's these things about people breaking down mentally. And let's start here with this. LSU's Angel Reese's absence was a mental health breakdown. I'm happy to be back. So she's 6'3", and she won Best Player of the Year. They won the championship last year. And Joe Biden said that she could beat her cousin who played for UConn, who won men's basketball tournament. And he would bet on her, and if she could beat him, he could use the Secret Service to, I don't know, somehow rig the game, which was weird. Remember, I showed you that. But like she's important resetting, refocus within the team. I'm just happy to be back. So another mental health breakdown where she missed 4 games, and they didn't really get into what happened. Some kind of dispute with the team, but a mental health breakdown for somebody who was successful last year. They won the national championship, and she was, criticized a little bit, but for the most part got a, lot of love from the media. And so, there was that. I'll end every relationship you ever have. Video shows New York Representative Brandon Williams threatening staffer at Hollywood party. So this was from yesterday. Apparently he hasn't apologized or anything for this. But this is what he said.
I think every relationship you have, every single thing. You understand me? You understand me? You think I don't know? Hey, why don't you get the police in?
So he threatened a staffer. He turned around and grabbed the camera after saying, "Let's get the police here." And then that's it. Like, there's no news about what this was about. I don't know if there's some speculation out there. But it's caught on video, and he hasn't said anything. There hasn't been any kind of, all of the things you just saw. Jeffrey Epstein's flight log subpoena request denied by Democrat-led Senate Judiciary Committee Blackburn says.
You ask me to do, then you must.
I think I'll be done.
Oh! What the fuck?
Not again. Wow.
Oh!
You got 2 of them. You got 2. You got the 7-9, whatever the split is in bowling. You got the split where the 2 peripheral pins are still up, and is it the 7-9 split or whatever? You got the split. It's a twofer. Derek Chauvin was stabbed 22 times by federal inmate who says he attacked him on Black Friday as symbolic connection to BLM. And so this is a prisoner, so, you have to give him a little bit of a break because, he's in prison and he probably isn't the most educated, or who knows how long he's been there. But Black Friday is financial. It's not racial, right? Black Friday means when they start going into the black financially at stores and in the, in terms of Christmas shopping, it's when the black period, it's red. Red means that you're operating from a deficit the rest of the year. And then after Thanksgiving, you enter into the one period where you're actually making money and not losing money. So it has nothing to do with race. And so, it's not really a symbolic connection to the BLM.
Do you like yourself as you grow old when the entire ecosystem of the world is just set to make us feel like garbage?
And to discard us.
To discard us at a certain
age.
I think I'm hotter now than I have ever been. I know that I am.
You are.
You are. Confirmed. How?
Confirmed. Narcissism confirmed. Delusionment confirmed. She had a hemorrhage of the brain, and whether she considers herself hotter, if the word was eviler or more obnoxious, then sure, right? I mean, she's certainly worse than she was before. So this guy, he's at a company party, loud music going on, and he's snorting something. He's at work, a company party, and he snorts something, and he leans his head back, and kaboom. They didn't say that you could get as effed up as possible at the company party. Dr. Karissa Etn, who led COVID-19 response in Latin America and Caribbean, is dead. No one knows why. So this is supposed to be a feel-good story. So I finished this video and uploaded it, and YouTube said there's a copyright issue, which was this video. And the video was a man who has dementia was spazzing out on an airplane, and his wife got everyone to calm down because he was threatening people and said that he has dementia. And she got them all to sing, "You Are My Sunshine, My Little Sunshine." And he calmed down and hugged her, and it was a kumbaya moment. And it was supposed to be an inspirational video, which in some ways it is, but in other ways I felt differently about it. But you don't really need to see the video because I just described it. And then I edit it out, and and I cover other things to do with it here. It's proof that love conquers all. They say this is a feel-good story, but dementia is probably unavoidable. It's probably avoidable with, if we didn't have the crappy allopathic medicine, and if we didn't have, all of it, right? Like, it's just, I want to get into this. So I'm going to find this clip with Bill Burr and, Joe Rogan now. Before I get to the Bill Burr part and the part about the medical community and how dementia is probably preventable. Like, dementia is usually can be traced back to some kind of environmental cause, right? Something to do with the food or whatever it is, right? This woman, the wife, should be applauded. I mean, this is just a small clip of her existence, but, there's like Bruce Willis's wife, for example, needs constant reaffirmment, even though she has a good system. And it's publicly known that Bruce Willis went senile, is struggling with what is a really crappy deal in a marital situation, right? One of my long-term viewers has been supportive of this channel. And I had some exchanges on Facebook, and then years later she posted, I knew that she had some kind of issue with her husband having dementia. And she posted something on Facebook talking about it, not in a way that she was looking for attention, just, so people would understand what it's like to live with someone with dementia. And I think he went into dementia when she was in her probably 30s or early 40s or something. So she'd been living with this for a number of years. And, it's a bad deal. But people who stick around for that, I mean, you should. That's what, marriage is about. But, modern selfish situation we have now, where people will drop their loved one off in a nursing home or whatever. I mean, this happens kind of with everybody in marriages. Not everybody, but when people have long-term marriages, at some point, one of the two in the couple is no longer able to function very well. And you have to be like a primary caregiver. And it's, it's just a part of the way that modern day life is. And my feeling about it is, in terms of, what I've seen before, there was the first guy I purchased hay from, the Badgetts, and they had great, the wife's name was Rainey, but the husband's name, he had a great name, and I can't remember what it is. And his kids were waiting for him to die because he had 20 acres of prime land in a place that was going all suburb. All the farms were disappearing. It it was hard to find hay. That's inevitably why my family and I moved from that area. It was a place that had built a nuclear power plant, and everything was, moving towards getting out of a rural community and turning into a suburban type place. But my family and I went over and learned a lot of farming things from these guys, the Badgetts. And they were in their 90s, right? And they worked hard every day. Like physically out there, they were growing sweet potatoes, and he had about 15 cows on 20 acres of lush pasture. And he hayed every year, and he sold us hay for $1 a bale. They're small bales of hay. And we'd go over, and I'd help him load the hay into his truck and things. And they were going to die out in the field. They were going to be farmers until their bodies just gave out. But now, because of modern medicine, they keep you alive long after everything that resembles the person's life has disappeared. I saw this with my dad and my mom after him, but I went to visit them the last time I saw him. My dad was a human skeleton. He could no longer really eat anymore. He had really horrible digestion, late stages like irritable bowel, where I don't think he was even digesting his food. And they just kept him alive. He had the insurance paid for some woman to come in and bathe him. He couldn't see. He couldn't do anything. He looked like a human skeleton, a guy who'd always been fat, overweight. And, and they were just waiting for all the insurance money to run out. And they take as much resources as they can. I guess he went to some assisted living. He was terrified of dying, but he wasn't really alive, right? And it's just no way to die. But let's get into the Bill Burr thing here.
Let's not start this. Okay.
Let's start it.
I'm not going to sit here with no medical degree, listening to you with no medical degree, with an American flag behind you, smoking a cigar, acting like we know what's up better than the CDC. And then everybody wore the f***ing masks. This is like rollerblading. Everybody f***ing rollerbladed, and then there was that one homophobic joke, and then everybody acted like they never did it. And then 100 million rollerblades got thrown into the ocean. We all wore masks. And then all of a sudden, people are sitting there. Well, you don't have the body type for it, dude. Your knuckles would scrape on the ground. Even with that extra 2 inches.
These are corrupt organizations that are money corrupts everything. It corrupts the purity of everything, right? And so when you have money involved in any, whether it be religion, which corrupts God, or, any number of businesses, right? In terms of law and order, in terms of, anything that an institution's supposed to do, it's going to be corrupted by money. Money is going to warp their decision-making and ability to do the right thing. We all know that. Everyone knows that. When you put money into something, then people can be bought and go against the art or the science or whatever it is, the religion, whatever it is that they're supposed to do, the morality of whatever they're supposed to do. They can be bought and are bought, right? And so what a ridiculous argument that this clown makes, Bill Burr. Supernatural star brought back to life after 6 deadly heart attacks. Why so many heart attacks, bro? Michael B. Jordan reportedly crashes a Ferrari into Kia in Hollywood. Another one of these accidents, right? This was kind of interesting here. It's the 3D imagery that's really cool, right? They're able to create whole, planetary and citywide, and but it's the 3D. It's not just stuff behind her; it's everywhere. So there's that. Another restaurant crash here.
Over in Bellevue, new video shared with Fox 13 News shows a near-miss car crash, sending customers scrambling inside a hot pot restaurant.
It's a hot pot. The guy wanted a hot pot. Stacey Abrams' brother-in-law bond set after human trafficking arrest in Tampa. This is, $500,000 bond. Apparently he's being accused of human trafficking. The great Corey J. Feldman.
Hey everybody, it's your pal fun maker Mike. Golly gee, look who I have with me, Corey Feldman.
And look who I have with me, and me, and me. It's amazing. There's 3 of me, but there's only one Mike Becker. Thank you, Mike, for making this happen. So exciting.
Well, 2 of these babies are coming out soon. Tell us how we can get them and when we can get them.
Well, you can get them.
It's a sign of the apocalypse that there's a market for Corey Feldman bobbleheads. Think about this. There are people out there who are willing to spend their money on a bobblehead for Corey Feldman. Like, he'll sell these things. That people will buy Corey Feldman bobbleheads. And, maybe not as just a goof. I mean, maybe some people would buy as a goof or a gag gift or, something like that, right? A booby prize, but there are people who actually buy this because they want a Corey Feldman bobblehead and they're fans of Corey Feldman. After all of it, right?
This is my favorite part. That's good. Because I'm really looking forward to the nude scene.
I like this one. He's feisty.
Hey, listen, you know what? I want to put you in my new movie. I'm working on Bloodlust 3.
Ooh, are you a cop? Oh my, that's a big gun.
By ordering a pre-order from my website, CoreyFeldman.net. But the exciting part is now that we're holding these in our hands, we can start shipping them out as of December 1st. So if you've already ordered, you can expect yours before Christmas. If you order now, you can still get it before Christmas.
What's even more depressing? That somebody thinks that this would be a quality Christmas gift. Again, if it's a goof, it's a goof. If somebody buys this as a goof, you're still giving money to Corey Feldman. It is what it is. But if you buy this as a legitimate gift, as a legitimate present, and the person opens that present on Christmas Day and has a big smile on their face and lets out a yelp and says, "Oh my God, it's a Corey Feldman bobblehead," that's really depressing as well.
And, of course, there's only 1,000 of these limited edition, diamond edition ones, which is, of course, me as a glitter ball, which is exciting because I'm pretty blingy.
You know what I call it?
What?
The ultimate popping stuffer.
Oh, snap.
For those of you who aren't cool, for those of you who aren't hip, popping is a form of breakdancing. And Corey can't do it, right? Corey cannot pop. He cannot dance. He cannot sing. He can Corey. Like, he just goes out there and Corys, and he Corys a lot. Like, he's good at Coreying, but nothing else.
Like that?
That's right. Okay, cool. All right, folks. There you go.
God bless. And by the way, come out tonight. I'll be at the House of Blues right here in San Diego, where the factory and the love and the fun begin. See us tonight, House of Blues. Don't miss it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Video of disgusting tourism behavior on Mount Everest sparks outrage. I hope we can all come together to change our ways.
Camp. One of the dirty camp ever. Cleaning group cleaning गर्ने आइपुग्दा के गर्ने Camp.
I've seen this before. I think I've covered this before, but somebody sent me this again. But just think about this. I didn't say this before. We're talking about one of the hardest to reach places in the world, where it's deadly to go up there, right? So if you go up to 10,000 feet, that's the end of the tree line. So you won't see any plant growing above 10,000 feet, at least in terms of trees and bushes and things like that. And as higher you go, there's nothing there. So there's no life there, right? Your oxygen levels are low. I mean, it's hard to breathe at 10,000 feet. I've been there. I've been at places that are, relatively high. And these are much higher than 10,000 feet, right? I don't know where they are in this base camp. But I think Mount Everest is something like 26,000 feet. And so There's no life there. And you need oxygen, you need money, you need, preparation. And to get to a place like this is very difficult. Like, you just can't walk up there. It takes a long time and commitment. It's a hard place to reach, and it's pristine. You go to these places, and it's very peaceful, because there's no humans there. And they've managed to turn it into a garbage heap. Human beings have managed to wreck one this pristine. Let's move to my other toolbar here, my other browser. Ari Lennox confronts concert grower who threw objects at her, and the internet cheers. She released a rant. So this is happening. It happens twice in this one. I got another story. Florence Pugh, Flo Pugh, and she goes after the person here.
I am sexy. Say I'm smart. Say I'm confident as fuck.
So much so, I need somebody. I have to have somebody say these things, these mantras, and I have to repeat them because that's how confident I am that I need this pseudo celebrity to tell me to say the words that she tells me to tell me.
Say I'm the one and never the motherfucking ass too. Say whoever gets this for the rest of their life better apply that motherfucking pressure.
So the crowd isn't really saying it back. That was funny. After what you just said. Boop. 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 Boop.
Don't you ever disrespect a beautiful black woman who fucking says like that. I will fuck you up.
Boop.
Right. We get it, bitch.
Okay, so I'm going to have to do a lot of beeping. There's going to be a lot of beeping here. Massachusetts is second state with child pneumonia outbreak as questions remain about virus sweeping China. There's all these things that they're saying. There's always a new pandemic, and eventually there will be one because, the bloop will start kicking in, and people start being sick or whatever. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. But we do know that they are talking about it. Another one.
There's going to be another pandemic.
Sure that we're ready because there will be another pandemic.
Another one, another one, another one.
For the next pandemic, which will happen.
And, eventually there will be one. But until that time, every little outbreak in the world is going to be covered in this manner. Will reflects on tons of mistakes he's made. I'm deeply human. You mean, what do you mean you're deeply human? I'm so deeply human. I'm very human. I'm one of the most human people that is around. I'm pretty human. I mean, I'm kind of a human, right? Remember that time that your former assistants came on and said that you were being Will Smith by your longtime lover, Dwayne Martin? Remember? You got Will Smith. You were pretty human that day. Taylor Swift has been branded as money greedy and a capitalist queen by her dedicated fans amid her latest cash grab. I'm sorry, but Mother has been getting kind of money greedy recently. They call her Mother. That's weird. I mean, just weird. She's not even a mom. Greedy recently because ain't no way she needs to make $20 to see one time. She's literally a billionaire. But lately, Swifties have been referring to their idol as their capitalist queen more and more often thanks to Swift's excessive limited edition merch drops that fans are encouraged to buy. Back in August, even the star's most dedicated fans accused her of shamelessly cash grab when she released multiple vinyl versions of her 1989 re-releases. She's definitely raking in the bucks. So here, this is from the game here. She's wearing her red coat, her and Brittany Holmes, where pals in San Francisco lost. I mean, not San Francisco, in Kansas City lost big to the Packers. And she's a shock. She doesn't know what to do. And then twinning time, she wore this coat once. Fans are convinced Taylor Swift borrowed Brittany Holmes' red coat for Travis Kelce's Chiefs game. It's a conspiracy. I mean, they don't have actual proof other than the coat. 60 celebrities with great Christmas gift ideas. They are doing anything in their power to rake in a little bit more merch money. SNL star Bowen Yang shares update on his mental health following bad bouts of depersonalization. And so he's had issues. One of them is not being funny because he's on Saturday Night Live and he's really cringy on that show.
Well, how's your mental health?
My mental health is great. Thank you for asking. It's very good. I had a really rough patch, and people were very patient with me, and I barreled through. I powered through it. So,
I really admire you because I find it right now is like
it's really tough.
Oh my God, I could cry at like the top of a hat. It's so
you should go into acting.
It's just so tough out there to be sane in this world. It's such a crazy world, and people, I've talked about this before. Everybody's crazy according to DSM-5. My dogs are barking, and I just don't want to deal with it. This is a whole thing. I don't want to get into it, but usually they'd be in here with me, but there's flea issues. And so, the DSM-5 says everybody's a little bit crazy, but the system's great. Like, how can everybody be so crazy, and how could these people who are, have sort of divergent personalities, and these Hollywood celebrities all be dropping like flies, athletes, and these people who can't do their jobs and can't function in the world. And they're supposed to be the privileged people, the people who are living the dream. And they're the most effed up.
I think that's a great acting skill. Just to cry at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And you must be happy that everything, the strike's over and everything's back to normal, right?
Yeah, I think so. And, right now, the SAG contract is still being worked out. And
Okay. Man fighting for his life after being buried alive on beach, witness say. Scene was pretty gnarly. This is in Australia. And someone had dug a pit to cook a pig. These things where they roast a pig in the beach. And somehow the pit was, it got covered over, but there was still a lot of air in there. For some reason it was not, I don't know. And he got up from his beach chair and he fell face first. His feet were up above the ground and he was buried completely. And they could barely see his feet, but they dug him out. And they had like 20 guys here. It says it here, something like this, right? He stood up on a chair and sand had given way a little bit underneath him. He stumbled back and put his arms out, obviously to break his fall. He was that deep in the hole you could not see him, his feet, unless you were standing on top of the hole. 15 fully grown men at the end of the rope. He was still not budge. And then a paramedic said, "Let's pull him this way." The suction gave way and he popped out. And so, she might not make it. So he went down face first in a hole. And again, I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Florence Pugh hit in the face with flying object at Dune 2 panel alongside co-stars Zendaya and Timothy Willy Wonka Schmollett. There she is. She's up here, and boom, you can see the thing hit her, right? Some come flying in here. Here she is in the middle. And boom, she got right hit in the eye. That's not cool. But this is happening. People are chucking stuff at celebrities. That's where we're at right now. This is a good as place as any to end. It's a long one here. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely reporting from the apocalypse. And the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.